So this is the EPA's Ukumehame site, where they took the most hazardous waste right after the fire. It was the first site, so the first stage. So these look like they're electric car batteries. They're brought in wrapped in some sort of a liner. They're then put into a dumpster. They're unwrapped, thrown on a pit, and opened like a can opener with an excavator. They then take out the individual cells. If we look in the other pit where they're actually taking the cells to, we watch them drive over it with a steamroller, but then we watch the steamroller drive right on the ground that doesn't have the liner. That's called cross-contamination. Those cells, many of them have been burned and compromised and already released some of these toxins into the shells they were taken out of. You can see the bin with batteries left in it that have a lot of material. That was filled up with rain and just drained right out of the bottom of it. And you can see from the pump that's in it that it was just getting pumped right into the ground. The empty shells in the container that has been left there for months now has had high winds on it, has been filled with rainwater and just dripped out to the bottom onto the land with no liner. Are they testing that? Is that federal protocol? The mini excavator that's actually grabbing the toxic material has no safeguards in place. It can be seen driving around the site, grabbing other materials and causing cross-contamination with no protocols in place. This is the EPA. We expect more out of them. When they tell us it's great, it's going to work, we just listen to them. But if we actually look at what's happening on the ground, this is not always true. If you look, there's nothing to stop from wind. A lot of those days they were working out there, it was 30, 40 mile an hour wind. It rained a few days later after this. You'll notice there's no roofs or any sort of protection from water on here. If this is what they deem the most hazardous waste, then what would the protocol be for the dump for something they're considering less hazardous? Doesn't look like a very good track record to me. This stuff is so toxic, we have to follow it to every strict measure. So if this is an example of what's going to happen at the dump and the people that are in charge of it, we should be asking questions.